Whispers in the Dark. The night was moonless, and a thick fog blanketed the small, isolated village of Eldridge. Emma had always heard stories about the old mansion on the hill, tales of ghosts and sinister happenings that kept the villagers away. Yet, something about the decrepit house had always fascinated her, drawing her closer each time she passed by. Tonight, her curiosity got the better of her. She decided to explore the mansion, convinced that the tales were just myths meant to scare children. The front door creaked open with a long, mournful groan. Emma stepped inside, her flashlight beam cutting through the darkness, revealing peeling wallpaper and dust-covered furniture. The air was stale, filled with the scent of decay and neglect. Her footsteps echoed eerily as she made her way through the grand foyer, past cracked mirrors and faded portraits. As she ventured deeper into the house, she began to hear faint whispers, so soft she thought it was just her imagination. She paused, straining to catch the words, but they seemed to slip through her grasp, elusive and haunting. "Just the wind," she muttered to herself, pressing on. The whispers grew louder as she ascended the creaky staircase. Each step she took seemed to amplify the sound, until it was a chorus of voices, murmuring just beyond the edge of comprehension. Her heart pounded in her chest, but she forced herself to keep moving, driven by a mix of fear and determination. On the second floor, she found a door slightly ajar. The whispers were louder here, almost as if they were beckoning her inside. She pushed the door open, revealing a dimly lit room. In the center stood an old, ornate mirror, its surface covered in a thick layer of dust. Emma approached the mirror, her flashlight illuminating the grime-covered glass. As she wiped away the dust with her sleeve, her reflection began to take shape. But something was wrong. Her reflection's eyes were wide with terror, mouth open in a silent scream. She staggered back, her breath coming in short gasps. The whispers intensified, swirling around her, filling her mind with incoherent words. She clamped her hands over her ears, but it did nothing to drown out the sound. Desperate to escape, she stumbled out of the room, the voices following her like a malevolent shadow. She ran down the hallway, her flashlight flickering, casting grotesque shadows on the walls. The whispers grew more insistent, more urgent, until they seemed to be coming from within her own head. She reached the staircase and began to descend, but the steps seemed to stretch endlessly before her. Suddenly, she felt a cold hand grasp her ankle, pulling her down. She screamed, falling hard, the flashlight skittering away and plunging her into darkness. The whispers were now deafening, a cacophony of madness that threatened to consume her. Blindly, she crawled forward, trying to find the flashlight. Her fingers brushed against something cold and metallic. She grabbed it, her trembling hands fumbling to switch it back on. The beam of light cut through the darkness, revealing the source of the whispers. All around her, spectral figures emerged from the shadows, their eyes hollow, their mouths moving in a silent chant. They reached out to her, their touch icy and filled with despair. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. The last thing she saw was the face of her own reflection in the mirror, now standing before her, its expression twisted with malevolent glee. The whispers crescendoed, a final, overwhelming surge that drowned out everything else. And then, there was silence. Days later, the villagers found the old mansion eerily quiet. They never saw Emma again, but some claimed to hear faint whispers whenever they passed by, a chilling reminder of the girl who dared to venture into the darkness and never returned.